Hey, can we confirm we're getting good voiceover commentary out on the live stream? Hey, can we confirm we're getting good voiceover commentary out on the live stream? Hey, can we confirm we're getting good voiceover commentary out on the live stream? Alright, peoples, what's going on? And welcome aboard. This is a Gascally Statements from Gearworks.com and the E2KG podcasting channel on YouTube, here with another episode of Accounting of Third Measures on our early Monday morning AM live stream. Thanks so much for joining in and choosing us to be the people that you get your week started with. Now, it's an interesting series of events this morning as I selected for my live stream game pick this morning, God of War. But what I hadn't realized or considered is, because I'm playing on my OG PS4 and not on my PS4 Pro, which is where I got my campaign started, it'll be started back at the beginning. So if you have not played God of War, you haven't spent a lot of time watching live streams or checking it out, welcome aboard. You're here onboarding at the very beginning. So let's go ahead and start running down the tech that is in play in rendering the live stream this morning. So for a game capture card this morning, I'm using the AverMedia Live Gamer Portable Plus 2. Which is an external capture card that's really oriented around supporting streamers and people who do game captures on a gaming laptop, but it also works very well as a desktop tool. This is the game capture card that I've been using this whole month. And we'll continue to utilize for the remainder of August. So it features 4K pass-through. It does not pass through HDR, so if you have converted your gaming den over to 4K displays, it will pass through the 4K resolution without you having to monkey with, you know, your configuration settings on your gaming device, gaming output, whatever. So this has been a big plus for me because I've predominantly converted all of my gaming stuff over to 4K. I do have a PS4 Pro, I've got an Xbox One X. Two of the gaming PCs are 4K, and the backup gaming PC is, it's not 4K, but it's 2560 by 1080. Now, which this device will not convert. I've actually been using the Live Gamer Extreme 2 over there, which is a similarly spec'd ASIC.
Still want me to tie it to the boat?
And on that display, I have to bring everything back down to 1920 by 1080p. Now, what the AverMedia Live Gamer Portable Plus 2 does have that is particularly nice is that it's two 3.5mm ports on the front, one for a headset and one for your microphone. So if you do use devices that use that 3.5mm jack, it has the ports right on the front, which is nice and convenient, both from a physical hookup perspective, but also from the perspective of
Father?
setting your audio mix.
Did something change? The forest feels different.
And balancing things out.
Everything is different, boy. Try not to dwell on it.
Now, of course, the
Yes,
voice
sir.
for Kratos in this game is Christopher Judge, who played Teal'c on the Stargate series. One of my favorite characters. one of my problems with this game in the early outing. So first of all, there is a boss fight that happens probably within this first hour that just drives me batty, that unfortunately I'm going to have to play again. Now this is a thing that I usually do. I typically have a... it's not unusual for me to have 2 campaigns of some games going on both my PS4 and on my PS4 Pro. Just to... music by Bear McCreary, who I think also does... Well, he definitely did... Pretty sure he did the music for the Sci-Fi Network show Eureka, and I think also does the music for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. But yeah, particularly for games that can potentially have multiple, you know, not necessarily sometimes different branching story paths, but also just ones that have like big skill trees, which God of War does have a skill tree. Just to kind of do different builds of characters and see how things turn out. Now, the AverMedia Live Gamer Portable Plus 2 also has 2 sets of controls on the front panel. So one allows you to control the volume for your voiceover commentary. So it lets you mute your microphone, set the volume on your microphone, and one of the cool things, I forget exactly how to get into this mode, but it does allow you to get into a listen mode, so you can actually hear your voiceover commentary and hopefully, I think, tell what your audio mix balance is like in comparison, you know, in terms of your voiceover commentary versus the in-game audio. I think a lot of the times, I know I used to think that getting the video out in a live stream or game capture was the most difficult thing, but honestly, the thing I spend 99% of my time troubleshooting and doing configuration of when I go to a new hardware setup is always trying to get the audio mix balance right, so that, you know, your voiceover is loud enough over the in-game audio, but the in-game audio is hearable. Now, that all being said, my voiceover, my audio mix might be off this morning.
She's ready. For
this month. I have very much been in the mode of trusting the AverMedia Live Gamer Portable Plus 2. Voiceover commentary audio mix has pretty much been perfect when I have set it to 1 click down from max. And so in order to shorten my troubleshooting and setup time each week,
Find your way home.
After the first week of August, I elected to just try and trust that. And so until I hit a point where that methodology does not work, I'm going to go with setting it up that way. Now, sometimes that's on me because I know that when I'm not paying a lot of attention, that my voice will tend to drift lower in volume. So I try and guard against that, but I don't always pull it off successfully. Now, the other switch that the AverMedia Live Gamer Portable Plus 2 has on the front panel, it has a 3-way switch to put it in one of 3 different modes. Because you can use the Plus 2 both as a standalone recording device, but also in conjunction with a PC. So it has one mode where you use it in conjunction with a PC, like probably most of you are accustomed to using a game capture card, but you can also use it in standalone mode, and when you put it in standalone mode, it has a micro SD card slot in the back, so I have a high-speed 128 gigabyte micro SD card in there now.
I'm sorry.
And if I wanted to do a game capture, I could just use it in standalone mode that way.
Squeeze.
And then the third mode allows you to, when you have it connected to a PC, put it in storage mode so that the PC can just see the micro SD card and you can pull your files off. Now, if you use the AverMedia Live Gamer Portable Plus 2 in conjunction with AverMedia's proprietary streaming studio software, RE Central 4, it also has a button, a blue LED backlit button, right in the top center, and you can push that. I think 1 push is to start recording, and either 2 pushes are pushing and holding it will break it into a live stream, I think. which is nice because it kind of gives you functionality similar to Elgato Stream Deck
You are hunting deer.
directly on the game capture card.
Which way?
Now, I do have an Elgato Stream Deck. This weekend I used it over with my secondary studio streaming PC.
This way.
I did want to get it hooked up here this morning, but I kind of ran out of time when I was doing setup and troubleshooting last night. So it's nice, but not absolutely necessary.
Why are we doing this now?
I need to know you can survive the journey.
Now, it's also less
Then we
necessary
need
now
to
because
mount
Depends on you.
So I'm using my primary
What did
Uber
you
box
find?
this morning as
Tracks.
my streaming
Not
PC,
here though.
and I don't have
keep
multiple
looking.
scenes set up on it, so I don't have a waiting for stream to start scene and a be right back scene set up and configured on that just yet. I just configured this
More tracks?
primary streaming scene,
But
so
they're too round. Could be a wild boar.
Good.
I figured that was enough work for last
Now
night.
what?
This way, boy.
Hup. Oh. Wait, deer tracks. They're fresh. This way.
So in some ways, I actually like the Live Gamer Portable Plus 2 better than the Live Gamer Extreme 2.
Found it.
Slow down, boy.
Now, the Live Gamer Portable Plus 2 model designation
Not chasing.
from AverMedia is the GC513, and the Live Gamer Extreme 2 is model number GC553.
He broke our bridge. How are we gonna get across?
Step aside.
Yeah, okay. Axe time! I gotta aim it. R1 or R2. What's the difference?
Wow.
Go.
Oh. What happened here? There it is.
So this is not a bad way to get reacclimated.
What are you doing? Now his guard is up. Only fire. Only fire. When I tell you to fire.
I'm sorry.
Do not be sorry. Be better. Find it. Find it.
Now, if you...
My bow.
No! You are not ready! Stay back!
R1 and R2. Now, if you want to get a lowdown on a lot of streaming tech, I didn't even know. I pulled up L1. Why are they not letting me proceed forward? What do we got here? What? Did he deflect that? Now I'm just bothered. I want to block. Didn't block that. Ooh. Blast it. The axe back. Ooh. That's that counter. I didn't even mean to pull that off. So if you want to get the lowdown on a lot of streaming tech on the
They've
channel,
never come this close to our woods before.
Keep moving.
I do a series called The Streamer's Cookbook. Typically, I will do those once a month whenever I go to a new hardware setup for streaming and game captures. Well, more specifically streaming.
There.
Because I'm now getting into the mode of I do one setup for live streams and then one setup for game captures,
told me
and
never to go in there.
try and stick with
We
that
do what we
for the
please,
month.
boy. No excuses.
But I will also do a Streamer's Cookbook episode in the middle of the month. If I've gotten a hold of new hardware and I'm testing that.
Can I have my bow back now?
Can you hit it from here?
So I won't be doing a Streamer's
get closer.
Cookbook this week as far as I know. I will be doing an out-of-the-box episode on a new pair of speakers that is coming in for review.
I went
So-
hunting with Mother a bunch of times. Never
Over
wanted to
on
take
my
me.
blog, yourworks.com,
Why now?
and on the channel, people
was
seem
a
to really
wish.
like my review of the Edifier. I think they're called... I can't remember. They were 120Ts. I can't remember what the prefix is. Surprise, Snoochie Boochies. Okay. Really gotta get better about that. I think what I'm trying to do more so this time is really get a little more throwy with the axe. My first outing. I really tried to avoid throwing the axe too much. Ooh. Alright, froze him on. Nice. Actually, I think on my PS4 playthrough, really was trying to go hand-to-hand a lot in the initial outing. I didn't want to become too reliant on the axe. Game has really good spatial audio. I'm able to tell where these guys are by the audio coming into the Plantronics Rig Flex headset that I'm wearing.
Something's gotta open that gate.
But yeah, but you can check out episodes of the Streamer's Cookbook, and I get into a lot more detail on the equipment that I'm using for the live stream. Is there like... okay, there's a counterweight over there.
Father, look up there.
I thought you were just supposed to hit this thing. And the gate went up. Wreck that bucket. Are you supposed to freeze the chain? That apparently didn't do anything. First of all, let me get this thing there. I was apparently not doing it. What the heck? Yeah. Come on, what am I supposed to do with that? L to pull the chain.
It's opening.
Right. Then what I gotta do is freeze it in position.
You froze it in place. Clever. So...
There we go.
Where are you going? I think he's this way.
Yeah, but there's a thingy over here. What is that?
longer use it. We can.
So for a webcam, in this setup, I'm using the Panasonic HDC HS80, which is an HD camcorder. And the way I'm using that as a webcam is I have it plugged into a BlackMagic Designs web presenter, which is a higher-end piece of studio equipment.
Relax. Do not
really made for people who do TV broadcasts, probably, and higher-end studio work.
Mind. Steady your aim and breathe in. Exhale.
I got it.
Good.
Now, the BlackMagic Designs web presenter is about a $500 piece of equipment. I have another piece of gear called the MirrorBox HSV321. It is supposedly capable of doing the same trick, which is basically taking any camera, or really any HDMI input, and sending it over to a PC and making it look like a appear like a webcam to the PC. Now, I tried that with the MirrorBox HSV321 and the Zoom Q8 handy video recorder, and it did not work. So I don't know if that was a MirrorBox problem or a compatibility problem in some way between the output that the Q8 was putting out, which shouldn't have been the case. It's just supposed to be sending out standard HDMI. So I've not had an opportunity to troubleshoot and investigate that further, but probably will do so later, going in the bottom half of this month. Again, the point for me calling out that distance is the BlackMagic Designs web presenter is about a $500 piece of equipment. I have a Tyrannix front panel attached to it, which gives you some configuration control inputs, as well as a display that allows you to see. So this is your first big beast battle. What?
We're gonna fight that?
We have no choice.
Okay. L2 and square. Yeah, I got it. So we're good.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Okay, just tell me when to shoot.
Ooh, where's yeah, actually, what I always forget to do is recall the blasted axe. I really don't like his dodge.
Get control of yourself, boy.
I'm fine.
Come on. So now we go into the beatdown animation, where we became so accustomed to in God of War 1, 2, and 3.
That's where you get! Think I'm afraid of you! You're nothing to me!
Boy, look at me. Look at me, boy. Boy, look at me.
Crazy Kratos Jr.
We did it.
Oop.
You are not ready.
What? Are you serious? I found the deer. I proved myself. How am I not ready?
We are going home.
I haven't been sick in a long time. I can do this.
You are not ready.
Let's see, can I see what's my progression tree look like here? Okay. Axe upgrade 2. Axe upgrade 2. All these require additional axe upgrades. Okay, so this first tier is what I actually need to get. So he already has the freezing throw. Alright.
I am ready.
Do not speak again.
This is one section that I had a problem with the first time around, is I have no idea how I'm supposed to know what the path following is to get back to the house. Now, there is... Okay. There is a map. How do you zoom? Not a very good or intense zoom. Now, is that the house, or... That's me. So get it, I'm supposed to return to the house. My problem is that I don't know where the house is. Now, one of the problems I had in my initial sit down with God of War is really understanding how this thing is supposedly open world. So you could set a marker, supposedly? R3 will show you your active markers. Okay, that didn't particularly do anything for me. And I don't see a way to set that as active. So whatever. R3 to grab a stunned enemy. So... Oh, did he stun him with the shield? I didn't even have the shield drawn. So that's interesting. Yeah, well, one thing is I didn't even have the shield armed. I mean, the axe armed. Huh. Curiouser and curiouser. Now for voiceover commentary this morning, I'm using a U mic, lapel mic.
Still can't get the doors open, huh?
Quiet.
Which I've been really surprised as I've gone back and listened to some of the archive video over the month. In the quality that the lapel mic has provided. And I would definitely say that's a get yourself kind of thing that streamers should obtain. Ooh, that's gonna leave a mark. So one of the things that's very cool in this game is the way that you can kind of use team-up moves, which I don't do enough of. Because Atreus just kind of really bothers me. I've always hated, and I know he's...
What is that thing?
Just shoot it, man. Quit yammering about it.
I told you something was different about the forest.
So you took it out with the arrows, huh?
Not to speak.
Is that the house?
But why would a fire troll burn Mother's garden? And since when are Draugrs so close to the house? And what was that frozen thing that attacked us?
I do not know. Now be silent. We are almost home.
Alright. So, I'm gonna need to get settled in, because when this boss battle gets started, I'm gonna be at it for who knows how long. For listening to the in-game audio this morning, I'm using the Plantronics Rig Flex, which is actually a headset and has microphones that come with it, but this morning I'm just using it for headphones. I have it plugged into a media converter, so if you're going to use an external game capture card for your live stream, you're going to need to figure out a way to get the audio out of the output end of the game capture card, because you can't intervene in picking up the audio from the front side. Now, that all being said, I could have just plugged this headset into the front panel 3.5mm jacks to pick up the in-game audio, but I think when I was initially setting up at the beginning of the month, I wasn't thinking about that for some reason. And I wound up plugging it into the output, the audio output on the back side of the TV, which is more often than not what you will wind up having to do, because again, most game capture cards don't have don't have 3.5mm jacks on the front. Okay, so apparently we're not getting through that way. Now this is where I get bothered, and I'm like, well, where is the... I mean, this is the... Okay, this is the house. Of course, there's nothing that really tells you that, so I think the first time around I just bypassed this whole structure and spent time like trying to figure out how to get out of this forest area here. So I think we're about to get into the... what I quite frankly feel is a stupid design choice. I shouldn't say stupid, a very bad... it's a bad design choice that almost caused me to offboard with the game entirely, because I was like, if the rest of the game is going to be this, like, I'm not down for this. So a couple key things about streaming that I want to start adding to the conversation. Because I always talk through the hardware, like we've been talking through this morning, as far as the game capture card, the webcam, the voiceover commentary microphone, and what I'm doing to listen to the in-game audio. There's a lot of other things, though, that in a lot of ways are actually even more key to putting a stream together. One of those is lighting, which is a thing that I'm still kind of bad about. But I will say I've improved, because I used to just never bother with lighting. So the HTC HS80 actually has an LED light on the front of the camera that I, again, very frequently wouldn't even bother turning on. But
that thing was trying to kill us. It's not like you don't get.
but now I've started running with
Anger
it.
can be a weapon.
I have a set
If
of
you control it, use it.
studio
You
lamp
clearly cannot.
stands, so box lamps
I haven't
on
been sick in a long
like
time.
4 to 6 foot high
Better now.
lamp stands that I utilize, and I also have portrait lights, which are like kind of 1 foot, 2 foot high.
Come on then.
You want me to hit you?
I want you to try.
Lamps that I use for like more direct illumination.
Ow!
I have diffusers for those as well, just to soften the light up a bit. So I'm using one of those portrait
Why are you
lights
doing that?
this morning.
Try again.
Cut it out!
Weak. Again. Again.
Stop it!
Again. Your anger. You can get lost in it. The path ahead is difficult. And you, Atreus, are clearly not ready.
What was that?
Quiet.
Now, another thing that you're going to need to effectively pull off streams, particularly if you play on multiple consoles and are going to have to do different setups, is cables.
I know who you are.
My different audio cables, video cables, and USB cables
More
have been
importantly, I know what you are.
one of the things that's been most effective in helping me configure and set up my streams.
You told me never to go down
Now, part of my scenario is that I play on a lot of different platforms and have a few different gaming devices, so
Get in.
having cables is essential to solve cable run problems, distance problems,
Tell me what I want to
other
know.
configuration problems that
For
occur.
this to get
I have 4
bloody.
sets of 5-meter USB 3.0 extension cables, so that I can run from any gaming device to a streaming PC.
I thought you
But I should mention that again. You can stream however you so choose. Lots and lots of people stream with the native onboard, Twitch application or Mixer application.
already know the answer to that.
Whatever it is you seek, I do not have it. You should move on.
And here I thought your kind was supposed to be so enlightened, so much better than us, so much smarter. And yet you hide out here in the woods like a coward.
But I guess really since I got started, I tried
Want this fight?
some software.
I'm pretty sure I do.
I tried some software solutions when I first started live streaming and doing game captures, but I quickly
Why?
decided that hardware was the way to go.
You're going to have to kill me for that to happen.
I warned you.
Finally.
You would not listen.
Fine. My turn.
Wow. So apparently he's been pulling his punches.
How incredibly disappointing. Come on, then.
Now, again,
Point.
now I also think the first time I fought him that I, whoa! Felt off on using the axe a lot. Really struggling with the controls this morning. And one of the reasons one of the things.
Are you even trying?
Nope. Come on, man. Get it together. Wow. I thought I had him. There. Where'd it go? Okay, so we still need to learn. Now, I don't think you can actually lose this fight, but it's just a real pain. It goes on forever. It's a horrible pacing choice. Suplex.
Struck a nerve, did I?
Get him with the tree, Kratos. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. I still have serious misgivings about the pacing of this.
And old. You should never have come to Midgard. So, care to try again?
Wait, did he just...
You talk too much.
Yeah. Like I said, this goes on forever.
Maybe whoever it is you got stashed in that house with.
I mean, it is epic and all, but waiting for this to be over. And you're not in control a lot, so.
Let's find out.
Where's the axe?
For me. What are you hiding?
So, much like the Tomb Raider series, when I always get tired of these games that, I mean, it's gorgeous and everything, but I don't like not being in control of the character for that large percentage of gameplay time in the beginning sessions. I gotta get,
I don't have time for this. You're a vicious one, aren't you?
I wonder if I actually did that. I did try and pull a counter when he came in. But again, I don't know if that's deliberate or just the sequence. And this seems to be going a little faster than it went the first time. Like this point where he turned the rock over, and I swear it took me like 30 minutes to get to that point last time. The very first time I went through this fight, so maybe that's an improvement. So cables, yeah, having cables helps a lot if you're going to be putting together a lot of live streams and game captures. So like I said, 4 sets of USB 3.0 5-meter extension cables has been a huge help to me. I'm using 2 of them now because where my this is
when Odin sent me here, I just needed answers, but you had to act all proud.
no, I'm not even. At this point, so this feels like a huge waste of my gameplay time.
That old body.
No. Alright. So the controller tipped over out of my lap and...
Before I end this, I want you to know one thing. I can't feel any of this.
Well, I wish you would have told me that when the fight got started. Now I'm gonna spend all this time climbing the top. I'm doing nothing but like holding the L stick up. I agree, this fight is pointless.
Didn't have to be this way. Pathetic. You can't win. I feel nothing. But you feel everything, yet you keep trying. I'm not my brother.
No.
And if you'd given me what I wanted.
Had a crater. I don't remember that Kratos had that ability.
No. Let's finish this. You can't beat me. Come on! I feel nothing!
Striking at half the time I can't even see him to track him. I mean, the design of this fight, quite honestly, is like for no other reason than this. I would just really don't want to see this game become Game of the Year, although I think it's the strongest contender. One, I don't know where the heck you are. Missed the dodge. The axe back.
I feel nothing.
Absolutely hate having to drop the shield. Oh, that surprised you. No, you don't.
I'd hope that you, of everyone I'd faced, would finally make me feel something, but you can't.
Oh, I guess they want me to issue a neck breaker now. Horrible. Ugh. Now, one of the things I just ordered, going back to talk about cables, is 2-foot USB 3.0 extension cables. The 5 meters are nice, but part of the problem is very frequently I wind up having to break out the 5-meter cables just to close up like a 12-inch gap. And so I wanted a shorter set as well to use, so I ordered a pair of 2-foot USB 3.0 extension cables. Hopefully those will be good enough, and usually that's for something like when I'm setting up a webcam, like one of my Logitech webcams, and the cable run is just a tad short.
Faye, what do I do? Our son is not ready to carry your ashes to the top of the mountain.
When we talk about lamps and lighting, one of the things you might need is like a 6-foot power extension cable as well. I know with my box lamps, when I have the lamps extended up to their max height,
I do not know
that the power cords, which are around on the back of the actual box of the lamp, wind up being too short to reach to power supply outlet. So 6-foot extension cables help a lot in that case. Oh, no.
Boy.
There was so much. I thought. You're all right.
I am all right.
And one thing I would also mention, and what I'm starting to dig a lot into now is, I've been digging a lot into OBS settings using the advanced settings, and those are neat. The jury's out on how much they really buy you.
You are not. We have no choice now.
In some cases, they help with your overall video quality, but I got really jazzed as I was messing with those through the tail end of last week and into the weekend. But one thing is, once you start playing with them when they are off, finding out exactly which setting to tweak can really become a pain. And in that case, like I had settings configured for mixer that worked really well, and then one night,
Long trip.
Yes, but an important one.
and I don't know if it was
How did this happen?
just a night where there was a little more, where the mixer servers were a little more loaded than they were the first night.
I do not know.
What did he want with us? We're nobodies. Did you kill him?
I did what had to be done.
But one night the settings worked well, and then the other night they didn't work well, and so my my course of action was,
Could have died.
rather than keep trying
Never leave me
to
alone again. All right?
All right.
rather than keep trying to tweak one of 9 settings to figure out which one was
You've
the
had to kill
key.
people before, haven't you?
I just backed
You're
out
used
and went
to it.
back to the simple settings,
What
which
we must to survive.
Animals, I get. They're food. Draugr,
again, it's a
they're
neat
supposed to be dead.
it's a neat curiosity to mess with those settings, but quite
They're
honestly,
trying to
I'm
survive
like,
too.
Close your heart
know.
to it.
but if you just go into the simple settings and you can stream at 17 megabits per second, then what's the point
Close your heart to their desperation.
monkeying around with,
Close your heart to their suffering. Do not allow yourself to feel for them.
with
They
settings,
will not feel for you.
just to stream a little bit less than that.
I understand.
And again, I can't quite put my finger on, like, I would stream, when I do mess with those settings, I do stream at a lower bandwidth, but somehow
Has
the
this been here
overall
all this
video
time?
quality comes out looking better. Seems like, I don't know,
Why
like the
don't you help me
pixel
up there?
density is higher or
get a
something,
better
so
look.
I still have to mess around with those things. But right now, you have to find that balance between monkeying around with the settings and just getting video cut. So this is one of those. This week I plan on focusing up more so on getting videos cut and posted rather than spending a ton of time monkeying around with the internal guts settings of OBS.
Made it!
I thought I... Yeah.
Boy,
Yes, sir.
Yo. Little Hearthstone-y thing here. So like I said, that 99% of the time that you just use the simple settings, the stream seems to go off fine, so
That hanging bucket. An offering cask?
that is what
Mother said
I'll be
others
focusing on
disciples
this week
fill
and what I'll be
caves and
running
hang
with.
them where thieves can't reach them. That one looked really old.
foolish.
What is? Worshipping the gods?
The gods care nothing for them. Men should not pray to monsters.
Father, will we see others on the road?
Yes.
Friendly?
No.
They'll try to rob us?
Possibly. Yes.
Oh.
But one thing I will say, streamers should avail themselves of is avail yourself of the diagnostics that are available in whatever service you're streaming to. Playing around on Mixer last night.
All this time, there's been a protection
And looking at the
stamp around
settings,
here.
you can go into Mixer and actually
But
see all of the data as far as the
broken
quality of your stream, right? So you can see the bit rate, the actual bit rate you have that's coming through, as well as a big thing I think to look at is your packet loss and jitter.
She was used for her pyre.
You know, jitter is going to be driven, I think, by games with high entropy, so that's something you need to take a look at. But especially look at packet loss. You know, if you're streaming from, you know, again, that native onboard Xbox or PlayStation 4 app, and you're, you know, and you're streaming along at 6 or 7 megabits per second, but you're seeing high packet loss, like, again, I would strongly recommend for you that you build a streaming PC and offload that that functionality to something with a little more dedicated oomph. Now, I don't personally think that you need something high-end for a streaming PC. When I started, I just bought a little HP Slimline desktop PC that was like $500 at Office Depot and had a 4th generation Core i7, an integrated GPU.
Okay.
I added, you know, I bumped.
Yes. Should I fire?
Wait for my mark.
Sure a lot of drummer around here.
You know, I bumped the RAM up.
I'm not ready.
I think it came with 8 gigabytes of RAM in the box, and I bumped it.
Whoa! This one goes fire.
Whoa!
Boy, focus.
I bumped that to 16 gigs, and off-screen enemies. Gold indicators signify nearby enemies. Projectile. Okay, gotcha.
Look alive, boy.
Yes, sir.
Woo.
Keep the pressure on.
Oh, there we go. Little murder animation there. Whoa, where did he go? Oh, did he kill him already? That blasted projectile coming from. Oh, nope. He went the wrong way. Where is he? Ah. Well. Well. I find that warning direction highly suspect. Here we go. Alright.
How was that? Did I help?
If you want to help, distract them. Whoever is not my focus should be yours, but only when...
Now again, Entrance to the hidden chamber. So is that where we're heading? Really would be nice if I could mark that on the map somehow. So this is interesting. So I should have a skill available, right? But they didn't give me a tutorial heads up that that was available. Alright, so what do we got here? So I already have that at Executioner's Cleave. Taking X attacks that deals massive damage. Let's grab that. Done, right? Nope. Gotta hold it. Zoinks! R2. Alright.
To do so.
I can do that.
Do I need to do my own? So there's no. Oh, no, there is a game save function. So it just was not sure if I needed to do my own game save or if it did. I'm sure it does checkpoint saves on its own. But with my roots being grounded in PC gaming, I'm just always accustomed to the need to do my own saves. Oh. Now, I meant to hit the circle button. Where did he shoot at? Just firing randomly. Like, I can't tell. So is that the direction that I'm facing? Is the gold arrow point the direction I'm facing? And so is the entrance to the hidden chamber slightly off to my left? No, that doesn't appear to be the case. Maybe it was further to my left. Okay, that might be the way. But yeah, at least on Mixer, those diagnostics are key to monitor my stream health when I'm streaming to YouTube, like I am now. It's a bit of a pain with mobile devices because of some issues with the browser and some of the silliness that goes on between Apple and Google and oh no, really?
Hey, check this out.
What? I think. Yeah. I thought there was something in that box. Yeah, this has been a thing that I also don't care for. Some of this backtracking that you wind up doing again. I get it. I know it's gamey, but I don't have a lot. It doesn't make things feel more immersive, and it's a waste of my time to make it difficult for me to figure out my way around the world. Like, just let me drop a waypoint on a map and have some kind of gamey pointer screen pop up on the screen saying "Go this way."
There's a Yetnar settlement ahead.
Yetnar,
Giants.
you can read the writing.
Some. Just the language his mother knew. But they're all sort of connected, so sometimes I can feel my way through stuff I shouldn't know. You know?
Ooh.
Anything else?
Space your shots. Speed, cost, accuracy.
Got it.
One of the things I do want to figure out. So there's that. There's that. That. How do you?
I think there's a chest over there.
I'm trying to figure out how to. Oh. Is there a way to the axe
I think
down.
we can go through here.
Right. Okay, there we go. Okay, so if I put the axe away. Alright, got it. Okay, so we probably got just a little less than 15 minutes. Light runic attack slot. What? So is that equipped now? Turn to the weapons tab. Okay. I don't think that there's anything else that I need to do on there. Wait. I don't know what that HS is. Huh. L3 to show descriptions. Gotcha. I don't know. The axe back. L1, R1. Okay. That's what I was trying to get back to. Really? So is it telling me I have to...
Whoa! How'd you do that?
Move.
Thanks. There's the mountain! Let's go!
Not yet.
It's fine! See?
Said the kid who fell through the plank in the wood. Because nobody watched the Temple of Doom.
I'm slipping!
Stay calm. Almost there.
That wasn't so bad.
Slow down. Your haste will cost us.
Sorry.
So yeah, so again, if you were streaming to Mixer, I would say definitely take a look at those diagnostics that are available from the settings gear wheel in the lower right-hand corner of your live stream.
Boy.
And for YouTube, it's a little simpler. You don't number near their health bar.
Remember, accuracy over speed.
I'm just gonna beat you to death. Oh, that was not what I had planned. Murder animation. Yeah. Oh. Okay. So what I need to keep in mind is that the runic attack is okay, we're gonna have to pull the axe. No. Oh.
Is that better?
Take even more time.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna
If you fire only once.
not leave any of these things standing. So at about this stage in the game, you're starting to get enough skill sets to make combat interesting.
Look at this.
Kind of after those I do not. So I apologize.
Father, this looks interesting.
So I can't tell if this is if the user's name is Potse Privé, or if that is a language that is not ringing as familiar in my head at 5:39 a.m. in the morning when I've been streaming since about 4:30 and have been up since about 3. So I don't know why I cannot see. I don't know what's going on here. I'm probably a little brain-addled. Wait. So I apologize that I missed your comment about 15 minutes ago. I'm also not clear if Potse is still in the chat.
Look at this.
Oh, sorry. So now for a YouTube live stream, what I do is I just bring up the control panel in Chrome. Oh, there are like 3 people watching right now. I don't know. I can't even... I'm one of them. I might be 2 of them. So, I guess Potse is the 3rd.
Read it.
Oh, this used to be a marketplace. The giants used to gather here to trade with the gods a long time ago. Wonder if Odin was ever
So yeah, so what I do to check my well, again, it's a little difficult.
Breaking through the wall.
It's a little difficult with YouTube. You can't really tell the level of quality like you can with Mixer, but you can just see.
Breaking through the wall.
Or where? What is in here? Okay, things just got crucial. I gotta start. So this is another thing where at this stage also the temple of battle has changed, right? And I gotta start taking things a little bit more seriously and pay more attention. Oh! So I guess that was a runic attack that I pulled off just to see he was about to strike me. So that's interesting. I was actually just trying to block him. Now, that should have... Oh, Kratos.
There's an opening up there. Do you hear that?
Yep, I sure do.
What is it?
We will see. Stay close.
So, we've only got... Well, I've got like 1 more minute left to live stream and then I gotta shut things down. So, thanks very much, Potse, for joining in.
So we're going towards the scary singing?
Yeah, I don't think I want to leave any of these frozen. Whoa, what is that? No, we're not having that. I don't have the axe, that's the problem. Oh. Ooh. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? That's aggravating. Ah. Runic attack is helping, but I think the kid actually took her out. So one thing I will say that's good about Atreus is you can use him as a good kind of like a threat location system. So by having him fire arrows, the AI is able to autonomously detect where enemies are. So it's good using him in that capacity just to fix where the enemy is. Alright, well look, that's going to do it for me for this morning's live stream. Thanks so much for joining in. Once again, my name has been Agasically Statements from GearWorks.com and the E2KG Network podcasting channel on YouTube. Please head over to the E2KG Network tonight at 9:15 p.m. Eastern, where you can watch the rest of the crew. I'm off tonight, but the rest of the crew will be on doing our E2KG Deep Dive. So they will be picking 2 to 3 of the most impactful stories in the gaming industry from the preceding week, and breaking those down into all of their necessary details and doing a deep dive analysis on each. And then tomorrow night I will be on, same time, 9:15 p.m. Eastern, on the E2KG Network podcasting channel on YouTube. You just look for E2KG Network, and we will be doing our Gamer Experience show, our core show, where we'll just be talking about all the games that we've played recently in our playlist. I guess I will be reporting out on my assignment to go back and revisit Battlefield 1 multiplayer, and preps for Battlefield 5 dropping later this holiday season. So if you have questions about any of the tech that I talked about, hardware or software in the live stream, please just drop a comment here. If I don't have comments enabled, you can always hit me up on Twitter. And I think I will try and do a better job of putting that in the show notes. I don't think I normally put my Twitter handle in the show notes. And I'm not sure. I think I have it in the scene. I think you should be able to see it, but if not, like I said, I'll try and put it in the show notes later on today. So thanks again. That's going to do it for me for this morning. I'm out of here. Regularly scheduled live streams in the month of August go down on Mondays at 4 a.m. Eastern and 11 p.m. Eastern. So be sure to tune back in tonight when I will pick up right from here and continue playing some more God of War on the PlayStation. So until then, game safely, binge watch responsibly, and stream what you love, not just what's popular. That's going to do it for me. I'm out.